Noob, and even after the buyback, he's actually still pretty good on that net worth chart. Top up there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, not an easy fight to make happen, but they managed to do it, Nigma Galaxy, setting the game back to very even territory here, 16-16.
And it probably makes Ghost feel a lot better in terms of his matchup, as we saw there. Even with just a Battle Fury and a Yasha, he can turn up with all those auras and all those buff ups.
Oh, for sure. That was a risky call to make for him to get involved, but it absolutely pays off this time.
The magic. Stars aligning.
Let's see where they head to next. Starting to look towards the bottom side of the map. Arme, how's he doing on the progression? Very
Still
close to
good.
having at least the Orchid online.
But completely stabilizing things on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Net worth completely back to 0. I believe they're actually in the experience lead after that fight as well, after being about 1,000 XP behind too. So XG slowing the pace down themselves, looking for those next few items. XM getting closer and closer to that Mjolnir. They do have to watch out in terms of these, at least in these fights, if they can get these, you know, GH in particular, we didn't get to highlight him, but ending up with a triple kill in that last fight, he got a lot of healing off as well too. So this Pugna, this pesky Pugna does have to be addressed as well.
I mean, the support duo of Nigma Galaxy, we've seen it from these two before, right? And on these heroes, GH on his Pugna, Omar on the clock. They get a lot of work. They get a lot of work done.
Omar and his clock has been insane on this main stage, finding both supports even earlier before the fight started too. These type of things are huge. 2K lead now for them.
Yeah, as we see that as well, even though the Ghost had the toughest start out of the carries, already so far, he's managed to do twice the amount of damage that Arme on the CK has been able to do in these fights.
Cool, very cool.
So a lot coming out here from the Troll, and this is pre-BKB, as I said. That was not easy for Ghost to do. Next fight round, he will have that BKB complete.
That probably was all that last fight. He literally was attacking for so long, right? So, yeah, he's gonna have the BKB, so we'll be able to play a little bit easier versus that arena and versus those kisses, as we say.
XM, of course, continues to scale very, very nicely. Full Mjolnir on top of the completed Hurricane Pike.
Next timings have been hit. They have BKB on the Mars, and as you said, the Mjolnir is done for that sniper. They're looking for a fight.
He has to be dealt with. Yeah. Omar's got to find him, or as we saw last time around, Noob's got to be able to try and set up with the Fiend's Gate to get in the face of the sniper.
Yeah, they cannot let XG just set up for the team fight. They have to be ready to break that formation. Ward will be taken out. Roche, perhaps the next point of contention soon, as it is top for the next 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean, both teams are definitely going to want to have a say about that.
Both teams very good at fighting around the pit, though.
Yeah, I'm very good at killing the Roche.
Yeah.
Nice success.
Omar
doesn't really want to go in on the clock.
He'll just take vamp damage.
Yeah, mate, it's getting the Phantasm out so he can push the waves out, set the map up a bit more, preferably here for Extreme.
What's he gonna take? He'll take the Magnifying Monocle. Okay, so a little bit of extra attack range, extra magic resist as well for him and his illusions. It's so weird to see a tier 4 neutral at 26 minutes in, just because you don't really see it almost at all, especially not in this tournament. Let's see if it does make that difference.
I mean, XG can't really start the Roche, can they?
I don't think either really can.
You've got to kill some heroes, really.
Omar, they're poking from a distance.
Another kisses, and it's a good arena. Stops Omar from being able to get away with a hook shot. Does take a couple of ultimates, but that is the clock gone.
Nope.
It's going to Fiend's Gate in. XX is able to back away. Ghost, he's moving on the backlash. He's just able to walk up over towards XM, but a cookie and a Hurricane Punch pushback allows XM to get out of there.
That's an early BKB.
It is. He has to back off.
Oh, Ghost has to be very careful here.
I mean, he tried his chances there to attempt to walk up and get in on top of XM, but no. XM was more than ready to jump away over that Roche wall, get away, and now with the BKB on cooldown for the Troll, that might just be all that they need to have the time to go for this Roche and know that Nigma Galaxy aren't going to contest this.
It looked nice for a second, right? Because Ghost had the angle, but there's a cookie, there's a force staff, there's a lot of different disengage. You have to be careful on this.
And XM was so ready. He was so ready to step back and step away from that Troll, and there it is. Roshan taken down by Extreme, and Aegis picked up by Arme.
They give it to Arme, cool. That's interesting. That second life could make a big difference, because if they use the majority of the spells on the first one, then Arme can absolutely do some cleanup.
Now with this Aegis online, what do you think the call's going to be from Extreme? Do they look to try and push this? Are they happy to still farm? And then in Nigma Galaxy, are you avoiding the action, or are you still going to try and make plays into the Chaos Knight's Aegis?
I feel like for Nigma, again, they might have to just sit back and wait a little bit longer, just for that timing in particular.
Sure.
But still, they could look for these global pickoffs if they do see an opportunity, because they do have that availability. But I would say that XG, they're the ones that are looking to lead the charge. I said that before, and Nigma was the one that actually took the fight, but I would imagine so with this Aegis.
I mean, they should feel pretty strong still, even though the numbers are close.
The team fight still has to be very specific for the side of Nigma.
Well, they're going to find him out on his lonesome here.
He's going down.
No way out for him. A little bit of a freebie for Extreme. Next round of those items getting finished off, though, for Nigma Galaxy. SMY now done on Ghost, and Sumail has got the BKB ready for the next team fight.
Damage could be, if Ame is not addressed, if he doesn't get killed early in this one, it could be devastating. The Bloodthorn is done. Manta, Phantasm, Bloodthorn, if anyone gets rifted in, they are just pretty much dead. I
mean, this is the thing, right? From Extreme side of things, if they get the stun in the Bloodthorn and they have sort of the sniper and the CK focusing down a hero, the ET around, like anyone will die. Even noob, right? You got to even be careful on the Underlord if you get grabbed at the start of the action.
It has to be very specific conditions that Nigma has to find to be able to look for a fight here. It looks like they are perhaps thinking about something here. I'm seeing some lines being drawn.
Okay.
XXS, I was seeing he was debating which build he wants to go for a couple times here. He has a full Hex on the Mars.
Oh, wow.
Very early.
That is early in the build.
Yeah, so pretty devastating in terms of either controlling a Pugna who's trying to save allies and Invoker who doesn't get a BKB off. They're looking for the fight, though.
Do they want to fight around this tier 2?
XXS...
I mean, they're getting a good wrap around it.
XXS is not there. He's mid lane. He showed.
Omar's going in. They're going to try and find X-Nova first, as Omar's able to get on top of him. He's able to get out of the cog. Sunstrike coming in onto X-Nova. X-Nova will fall. They take out the ET. Now they're trying to turn for more. GH able to slide to the side with the force stuff. Now Arme sort of surrounded. Of course, does still have the Aegis. There's the back from XXS. Comes in with the arena. They're controlling Ghost. They kill him off. He's not able to get off the ultimate.
That's the reveal.
And now the rest of the fight, Nigma Galaxy have to run. GH barely surviving. Arme on round 2. He's ready to keep the push going. They tried for the fight, but...
What a purchase.
But Ghost getting caught out. Not a chance to get the BKB off, to get the battle trance off. They kill off the troll, and with Ghost gone, no chance for the team fight to continue in Nigma Galaxy's favor.
I do not think they expected this to come out from XXS this early. Just gets the Hex off. You're not going to preemptively click your BKB in a lot of these team fights. Gets the control pre-BKB, and then he's just dead. Bottom, we saw a fair bit of split push, though. Like 2,100 damage done on this tower from Sumail in the meantime.
Arme's ready to push it back out, though. Goes top. XM finishes off the tier 2 tower.
That was a very decisive fight there from XG this time around.
Yeah, Arme and XM continuing to maintain themselves at the top of the net worth on this CK and Sniper, and just both scaling up fantastically. Now, again, it really is for these two carries that are going to be very, very strong as the game goes on. So a lot for Nigma Galaxy to try and deal with.
And so much kiting. You know, this is something that we always have to talk about when there's a Troll Warlord, right? The problem that this hero can run into a lot of times is just sticking on targets and hitting them. I'm seeing Disperser now built up for Sniper. He's got Hurricane Pike. He's got the Grenade. They've got Force Staffs. They've got Cookie. So definitely could be difficult if Ghost doesn't find the right angle.
GH, he's going to be caught. The Hex again from XXS, making these moves easy.
Starting to get easier for them. The I call this usually the XXS build because I think he very rarely deviates. He's going to go Refresher next, and the teamfight control becomes pretty ridiculous from this Mars.
I'll call it the Hex-Yes build. Here we go, push coming in on the bottom lane. Nigma Galaxy, do they want to do this? They're going to try. Sumail jumps in and commits straight away with the BKB. They'll look to get the lockdown onto Arme. Ghost, he's in. Straight in on top of XXS for now, as XXS is going to try and tank this, but the damage from Ghost is building up. But they're pulling back the spear into the wall. He'll be held back in the arena. Sunstrike coming down onto X-Nova. Will it be enough to bring him down? But XM, he's in position to get the damage in onto Noob, take out the double. Nigma Galaxy, they have to scramble back. A risky fight for them to try and attempt there around their tier 1, and it does not go well for them, folks.
And they used the buyback on GH even at the start of things. XG, they're showing the power of their team fight.
Oh, they are.
XM is just able to do anything he wants. Ame, he is the distraction. So many spells absorbed there. The Sniper's just peeping on the sideline the entire time.
This CK Sniper thing, you know, the first time we're seeing it coming out at this international, and it just feels so at home in the hands of XG.
And they're healed up. The Greaves, as we see from Jin Q. He's even got a Vlad's for the sustain in these team fights too, as that shard he's been sitting there for some time. He'll get it eventually, but the push, XM, getting a fair bit onto this tower here. And yeah, he's speedy. Disperser's done, so
he's so slippery.
How do you stick on him? Very difficult. Even without that BKB purchase. Now Ame, he will buy his own BKBs.
Yep, he's going to have the two of them coming out. He said the BKB and the shard now being delivered.
And now how do you kill the CK, right? The idea of killing the CK is around that Underlord and the Invoker. They couldn't even do a pre-BKB there, as we saw.
I mean, when it comes to the high ground defense, is there anything that is scary from Nigma Galaxy in particular, or do Extreme have pretty good ways of entering the base?
Pretty damn good ways of entering base and forcing the issue. I think Mars is one of the best as we've seen, and they have good ways to get vision, right? They can just put an ET Spirit, and Sniper can just peek from low ground.
Yeah.
And it forces the issue, the onus on Nigma to make a move.
I mean, it really is that scary, even inside your own base, right? As you said. To get the vision,
Selamat datang,
and
untuk
XXS
just
blink the Hex, it could be game over.
Absolutely.
So you've got to be so ready to bail out whoever XXS looks to get his hands on with the Hex.
And they do not have, I mean, they do have a defensive 4-step as we see from GH, but he can't do everything. Once even trying to save his allies as much as possible, but just could not on that last situation. Okay, Ame. What's he gonna get? It's the big timing for the CK. 30 seconds.
And with the timing, he's gonna get this upgraded tier of neutral. It's just sliding in so well with the progress that they've made so far this game.
And this is really clever, the way that they've been able to play this one. DD top, Ame.
We'll see now, Nigma Galaxy, earlier on, they were able to sort of turn the tides a little bit. Despite the lead that XG were getting throughout these team fights. Now it's a much tougher point.
It feels like they worked magic in that fight top, to be honest with you, because it felt like they had almost no qualms of winning that one, but having that fight go decent for them has put them into at least a position where they could fight earlier, but now we're seeing the problems as Ame one more token.
Here we go.
Oh my god, he got the Stygian.
Yep. 35 minutes in, the power here of this facet.
He's gonna kill anybody.
Speaking of which, he's caught the two of them.
Noob.
He's gone. GH is gonna try and run, but the glimmer's gonna soon come to an end. As XXS ready to shut down the escape.
The damage is just ridiculous at this point with this Stygian. 70 seconds, no Pugna.
I mean, how do you deal with this?
I don't know, Owen.
This,
I truly don't.
Again, this Chaos Knight and Sniper are going to be doing so much damage in these team fights. How on earth do Nigma Galaxy deal with the both of them?
And they're not squishy, right? The Mars is very tanky. His Refresher is about to be done, so you have to deal with 2 full combos. And yes, CK is going to be sitting at what? 4,500 HP pretty soon with that Octarine finished up. Outworld staff also for XM.
Getting a very nice pickup with the alert as well. So that attack speed, bonus night vision, extra attack range. Pretty perfect here for him on the Sniper.
Yeah, and now BKB finished up too. It feels like he has every single tool that he needs. This fight's just getting harder and harder, it feels. Roche.
I mean, it's really going to have to be nothing less than perfect from Nigma Galaxy to try and turn this one round. As XG in a fantastic spot here.
Just don't know how Ghost does damage. I feel like he needs that next item before the fight, but he is going for Satanic next, which is just survivability. I guess he does have Alacrity plus Solo Crest to buff him up a bit there, but feels like they are getting too tanky on the side of XG now to deal with. Waiting for that Roche. Q.
I mean, are you trying to take this fight if you're Nigma Galaxy, or you're waiting?
I think you wait high ground. I think going out there is crazy, but they've done some crazy stuff this game already, so.
Yeah, especially with this Refresher now on XXS.
And all these brand new neutral items that they've been able to pick up, some really big ones.
So many things flowing in for Extreme Gaming, whilst Nigma Galaxy just struggling to get that next set of items complete.
They just haven't had that much growth in these last few moments, really. Sumail going for the Lincolns next. It looks like they are going to potentially try to smoke out and look for this. They are grouping up.
It's a risky move, but maybe a risk that needs to be taken to get themselves back in this game.
All right, Roche, it is up.
Scout out the situation here. They know what's going down.
Ame can just sit there and solo it. Roar will come out.
Nigma Galaxy, they're going to look for their long wraparound, try and get up on this high ground.
Smoke out, XG. GQ will break, they know.
Ame's coming in. They know what's up now. They know whereabouts Nigma Galaxy is. There's the jump straight away. XXS in with immediate hex on towards Noob. Controlling the arena. That's the tankiest one killed off immediately.
Backline.
They'll get onto the backlines. Ghost trying to get in onto Xingqiu. He'll be pulled back for now by Arme, but still closing in on the Snapfire. Ghost trying to desperately kill Xingqiu, but Xingqiu surviving. Can he actually finish off the job? He can't. Xingqiu will live. Noob, he bought back for this. He's dead again. And now at this point, Nigma Galaxy, they've got to run. The second arena will be off the mark from XXS, but it won't matter. They still get the catch. On to Omar. The fight is still theirs, Extreme.
Ghost?
I mean, Ghost, he has to run. I mean, doesn't have room for that one. So I won't be able to pick that up and get out. But again, it's just such an awkward situation there where you sort of have Ghost trying to get this kill on Xingqiu. It just took him so much time where he's chasing this Snapfire out of the fight. Sure, Xingqiu dies at the end of it all, but at that point, the rest of the fight for the rest of the team has crumbled.
They also lost their aura carrier immediately at the start of the fight. Noob just dies to the first control.
It's just so much damage from these two.
I mean, XM and Ame doing the work with the supporting cast. The XM sniper, we said it's a thing to fear. 11, 3, and 14.
Yeah, didn't need to bring it out in the tournament up until this point, but he's ready to bring it out now here, down in the lower bracket, and absolutely making a case for teams to consider it going forward in the drafts.
Onto the high ground, 30 seconds. Noob, as we said, he used the buyback again in that last fight.
See the damage here, coming up to 45,000 nearly, coming out from this sniper.
Insane. Actually doing almost more than his entire team, just on his own. XM has been able to just sit and stand his ground.
Trying their best to hold back it. Nigma Galaxy nearly having the full lineup back up.
Ame will cut the bottom wave as well. XM sticking around. Level 25 has been hit. More shrapnels.
They can't push him off these barracks.
It's gone.
That's the mid-melee rack's gone. Everybody is back up, but again, trying to make a move and trying to make a move into the sniper still with so much time on the Aegis. Can they even stop their racks from going down in Nigma Galaxy?
XG's just gonna stay around here. They feel strong enough. They have double arena in 40 seconds. Eyes on XXS.
Is the smoke? They're gonna try something again here.
That desperate smoke.
But the racks already gone.
And XG is ready. Look at their positioning here. XXS, he's reading the move.
I mean, we've seen his reactions this game have been immaculate on the Mars. If he sees them, he's going to be able to make that jump before they even get the chance to think.
X-Nova.
Catch it first to the side, he's able to force out. He's in with the X! The spear though, he misses! It's a whip, so Ghost is able to get off the BKB, take out X-Nova, and it's now in on top of Arme. Arme trying to bounce away. XM had the BKB, but Ghost is ready to turn back over towards him. Ghost BKB now coming to an end. XM
Ghost
trying to do the damage to bring down the troll, but the glimmer's there. Noob, though, he will not stand a chance of escaping the two of them, as that's Noob out for 80. No buyback left on him. GH caught by the Hex, Cookie in, dragged back by Arme. Another one for XG, as it's 3 dead on Nigma Galaxy and Extreme. They could continue the push.
That might just be it. They've got to try to hold on for one more fight. Satanic and Battle Trance is back up, but no BKB.
Again, no Noob still for a full minute. XG ready to try and close this. Nigma Galaxy ready for their last-ditch attempt to try and hold on to the game. Ghost goes in with the stuns there, into the Hex, they're locking him down. Spirit will get the ult off though.
Level
but will it
25.
matter? Ghost trying to fight back, but he just not have the damage. They lock him down as the ult comes to an end. Ghost will fall. Extreme here, crushing these final moments against Nigma Galaxy. They'll try and hold on here with the last two. Noob's going to be back up in 25 seconds, but the Mega Creeps are up for Extreme. XM onto the tier 4s. Nigma Galaxy, if they got anything left here in this first game. They're going to give it a chance here by the looks of it when Noob's up in 10, but the tier 4s are falling. They might not even get that time.
They've got no Ghost. They've got no carry.
Ancient exposed. As there's Omar in with the hook shot. Noob back up in 2 seconds, but Omar gets destroyed. The Ancient exposed. Noob's back in, tries to get over the fight, but the Hex of Samel will jump forward, but Arme turns toward Noob. XM destroys the boat for the double kill. Godlike for XM, as GG is called. Extreme will take game 1.
in their own fashion with their own heroes. X-Nova sipping his drink at the end of it, saying that was easy. One fight that Nigma took that looked pretty cool in that top one, they had a good turnaround, but afterwards, XG put them back in their place. The team fights are just, it felt impossible, honestly, Owen. I was still very impressed, as I said, with that one fight that Nigma took, but my goodness, this draft and this play from Extreme, it felt like they got what they wanted. XM, he gets this sniper in a perfect position. He has these bodyguards to protect him, and I didn't get to see the damage numbers at the end, but well over 50,000, I believe, on the sniper.
Easily from XM on the sniper. Something about this team, every single land that they come through on, you've got to be ready to expect it, because the sniper pick and the way they play around it, it is perfect. Extreme Gaming, take game one.
These guys who were coming into TI main stage undefeated for a reason. We didn't know exactly why the sniper was not getting picked up, though. First time we're seeing it in this tournament, Lacoste. It's an XM specialty. We see exactly why in this game.
They didn't have to bring out the big guns yet. They were waiting, to be in this position to bring out the strategy that XM has been using pretty much throughout his whole career. It's a really good matchup against Invoker. Sumail did struggle throughout the whole game. They made the rotations. They made sure that he's having a good time. And also, I got to point out this CK with fundamental forging. This is something that Pure was talking about during one of the Dream Leagues in an interview, that he wants to play this. He still hasn't shown it yet. He's also a crazy player. But who gets it? It's Ame. So you are getting the level 5-tier neutral items 35 minutes into the game, which gives you insane timing. He gets Stygian, that's minus 13 armor on top of his Reality Rift, plus also the items that he did choose before. So you have GD Poland bag, great against Pagana, great against the Troll Warlord, so he's not getting the heals.
Yeah, we were theory crafting, like, what's the best item that he can get, and I think we all agreed. It's like, if he gets Stygian, just go game 2. Like, this is over. And then he gets a Stygian. It's like, oh my God, he's going to one-shot somebody in the next fight. I mean, especially with a sniper also peeping. Like, you're minusing armor for him as well. So, yeah, that was an insane game. I think Extreme's like pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, I think so. The fact that you're able to get what you guys have said is the best neutral item for a CK there were still some good moments for the side of Nigma Galaxy. We just didn't see them coming out in full force. It felt like team fights. We've talked about it, how hard it really is to initiate for them, Winter.
Yeah, I think some of the fights they were kind of saved by Noob. He played really well, especially with that first buyback, like really early buyback. I think around 20 minutes. I think that was really, really crucial for them. But we see like a lot of attention here in the mid lane. I think Omar was like doing a really good job initially to pressure and try to slow the sniper down here.
Professional sniper gameplay, though. This is one thing XM does so well, is he knows the worst thing you can do on sniper is run away, because you have nothing. You have no mobility. He's so slow, but you can turn and you can fight. Like he always knows when his team can come in and save him, and he can run away, or he can turn and fight. Even in this second clip that we saw, getting a solo kill. 1v2.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the sniper's playground. The first 10 minutes, he had a really good early game. His supports were playing around him, and then in return, he was taking towers. He went to the Mars lane, he killed the tower, and then he also TP'd back mid to save his support, repaying them for their early efforts to make his early game good.
15, 3, and 18. That is an insane scoreline. I really do feel like Extreme just hasn't had to pull out the Cardell up until this point. And people forgot about it. Like, you're playing against XM. You ban Sniper. You get this thing out of the pool. Teams have done this time and time again. Like, you don't make this mistake a second.
No, there's no way you're letting that happen at all. This Sniper was amazing. Chaos Knight, obviously, it was fun to get to see him. But the biggest thing about the Sniper here, Lacoste, is the way that he itemized.
Oh yeah, this is pretty great, because he is getting Orb of Frost, which is going to be turning into Orb of Corrosion, so it slows you by 13%, which is going to be upgraded to 16% slow on top of your Shrapnel. Very bad for Invoker. It slows range heroes more, plus also the health against Troll, against Pagana as well. I did mention the GD Poland bag, the combination between the two. You're not really getting the heals. The only heroes so far in the tournament that did buy Orb of Corrosions were Monkey King and Bone Druid, and they buy it pretty much at the same time, between 6 and 7 minutes. This is the early timing of the item, but usually we don't see it for a good reason. It's not a strong item, but in a situation like this, he recognizes what needs to be done. He gets it, and he dominates the game with it.
Yeah, and these are melee heroes. Like Lone Druid, you bite on the bear, like you're essentially a melee hero. You're using it to like slow and kite, but I think the way that XM was using it in this game was very unique. It's just not how you see it used a lot.
Yeah, let's shift the focus a little bit because a sniper, we wanted to talk about it a lot. However, he wouldn't have had such a good game if his team wasn't there to really save him. He still needed someone to initiate for him. The Mars being a big one here, they're key part of that initiation for team fights.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
much.
he had like 2 really big bodyguards in a team fight, right? Mars and the CK. I think that's what you want as sniper.
And the build too, like rushing the Blink Dagger into Sheepstick, we saw that come into play. I think the way that XXS plays mechanically is very underrated.
Yeah,
Like
this is the fight where he actually gets a Blink Dagger, the 13 minutes in delivered. Omar had a pretty good understanding where he needs to stay, but the combination between him and Snapfire, like you're just dealing way too much damage in general. It's the 1-2 combo we're talking about. It creates so much chaos. It also allows XM to be able to peeping from the distance.
Yeah.
And this is the fight, have in mind, where Underlord is super farmed. He's on the top of the network, so he's ready to go. He does have that pipe available, but it's still not enough. They're kiting the fight real nicely. And XXS, look at his position. He's ready to land multiple spears, finds a really good angle. This is pretty much the max distance for the spear, and they're going to be able to clean up every single time. Turns around. I think both him and Amar are the best Mars players in the world. Collapse, of course, is up there, but the way he turns every single time he needs to soak up the damage is just beautiful.
Yeah, despite your sniper, being such a key part of your win condition, the fact that you trade him off for a team wipe, you're more than willing to do that there.
I think the way that Extreme plays right now, and the way that they've won games, which is basically staying as a unit in fights and having this like extremely good synergy, lends itself to Mars super well. Like this is one of the best heroes for them because it does so much. You can bodyguard for heroes like Sniper, you can split multiple heroes like in and out of fights, you can use the spear to pull somebody back. It's like the potential on this hero is really, really high. It's like a super high skill hero. When it falls off, you can feel like just another support. But if you have somebody that knows how to play the fights and keep the ball rolling, it looks amazing.
Yeah, something that I think really helped Extreme Gaming with that one, we talked about the kiting, right? But also just how long everyone was living in this. It felt like they were able to kind of just evaporate a Nigma Galaxy hero, and then it's like you have the numbers advantage, everything goes in your favor. The tide kind of turned a little bit when we saw that Underlord finally get a couple more items for himself at about the 20-minute mark.
There was one really good fight.
It was a big fight because he
Pipe
was
Crimson
staying on
timing.
top of the network pretty much throughout the whole game, having that Crimson, having that pipe, having his aura as well, reducing most of the damage that is going to be dealt. And I think Noob had a pretty good understanding what needs to be done in some of these fights in terms of he used 2 buybacks in this game.
Yeah.
At like 38 minutes, he used 2 buybacks. This has to be one of the fastest buybacks on a core. Use it pretty much 20 minutes in to make sure, and this is why they last picked it, because this hero is very annoying, super tanky. Sniper, unfortunately for him, outranges his aura in most of the situations. He's going to be dying here first, but he popped the Crimson already. Even Pagna is giving him the little bit of extra sustain. The problem in this fight for Extreme Gaming was that Ame got caught inside of the cogs, and they were ready to reset one more time. This is a bit of a longer fight where Ghost is going to go ham as well. Good arena, but this time around there isn't that follow-up that they've been using, this 1-2 combo. Snapfire didn't have ulti available, and this is the buyback from Noob. We talked about that this is going to be used in a similar fashion to Centaur ulti. Come in, find the sniper in the back lines, and in this one, he's just going to die.
Yeah, you can see despite the deficit, the team play is still there from NGX. This is still a really high caliber team where they understand that they're behind. They have the Underlord Pipe Crimson timing. The way that they need to play the fight is have him go in first, and with that comes the risk that he dies. And so he not only has gold for these items, he has gold for buyback as well, and he's willing to use it. It didn't end up panning out for them, but this gave them a very big window into the game where it looked like Extreme was completely snowballing.
Yeah, I think Extreme also kind of learned after that team fight because they realized that the CK cannot be too far away from the sniper. That's why he actually got caught by the hook. As long as they maintain formation, a diamond formation, the sniper is in the middle, and everyone else is surrounding the sniper, the team fights are going to be really, really easy for them. And also they were really, really good at going in and out with that hero. So they ensured that the sniper had all the time in the world to just keep peeping everyone.
Yeah, a fun thing that we have as well available for us with the players on stage and everything is getting to listen in a little bit to their comms.
Watching CK.
I have buyback if needed. I have buyback. No stun for me. Watching was buy. You need help?
Full HP. They're killing me. Are you salty? I heal you a bit.
We get sniper? Alice is trying them.
We're fighting.
Good fucking shit, boys.
Nice
Let's
for now.
fucking go.
I heal coming.
Get them. Nice.
I like it from Noob at the very start. It's clear, you know. I go buyback. I'm watching with buyback. I'm watching with buyback. That's where that moment is.
Yeah, that was-
Cosmo jumps
very
in
clear
and
comms.
They definitely expressed that.
I like that Omar's dead too, and he just goes, "Good fucking shit, boys." Like, he's the hype man.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes, you know, you do your job, you throw your body at it, you die, you're still going to be there for your team on the comms.
Yep.
Yeah, and also like GH with the call right at the end after the analog buyback, he just said we are fighting, you know, don't move, you know. So that was also really cool.
Yeah, that was one of the best fights for Nigma Galaxy. It meant that there was a lot more in the tank for them. It was unfortunate that it didn't continue along, but Purge for us is going to be breaking down some of the later game team fights and some of that information.
That's right, Nat. Yeah, I wanted to look at the range advantage that Extreme Gaming used that game to great effect. And they tried to nullify this a little bit on the Nigma Galaxy side by killing the sniper a couple times. But the threat that he provides is just so high. Because if you don't manage to kill him, all of a sudden he can just kill you from 1,000 units away, which is a gigantic advantage, obviously. So very spooky things. This really mattered in two very crucial fights. This Roche fight setup here was great for them. They had an awesome ward that was a little bit to the, oops, wrong tool, sorry about that. They had a really cool ward to the north that was basically giving them this vision corridor of like this. And by using the sniper shrapnel here, it basically allows them to put all of this power into their opponent from range. Very crucial things to point out. We have the Spirit here from Elder Titan. This is going to lower Omar's magic resistance closer to 0, which basically makes the Kisses damage, which is launching from all the way over here, and the sniper damage from all the way over here. They're doing this from safety. And the one here that does go in is the Mars. This guy's got the Blink Dagger, and he's got a BKB. So he knows that if he goes in, he can also secure his escape with his BKB. And once they see this, this is basically the last range advantage that Nigma Galaxy has because they killed the Clockwork first. Nobody else can gap close like him. Troll does it here by running from the side, but he has to do this really elaborate, basically run all the way over this position. It takes time to set this up. He can't just react to the moment. So with just simple, a cookie and a Hurricane Pike, he gets out, and now all of a sudden Ghost is kind of just in. And the only hero still kind of in danger was XXS on the BKB. So once this fight kind of goes disjointed, they just have to leave. This is all because of the range advantage and because Extreme Gaming managed to kill the one good jump that Nigma Galaxy had first. They get Roche for free. And then the other fight that matters is this one here by the tier 2. They do the same thing. They basically swing in from the side, trying to hit the back line. They need to kill some of these heroes for free if possible, and they use their jump to kill X-Nova. Very crucially, not using the hook shot when they went on him, which is kind of helpful. He can save that for a follow-up initiation on a different hero if he wants. But unfortunately, with the Aegis being on the Chaos side here, he ends up being the guy that gets jumped, and very crucial here, XXS lands the Hex on him, which he layers it with his next stun, and then there's a third stun that guarantees his kill. So the Troll just simply doesn't get a good fight because he didn't safety pop his BKB and because XXS had that really fast side device. So range was so important in that fight and in this game, and Extreme Gaming used it to their advantage.
That they definitely did, Purge. Thank you so much for that one, of all the breakdown, everything from that start to that finish there. And I loved just how many saves that I had kind of overlooked that this sniper really had. We talked about 2 bodies being in front, but of course, that Snapfire just being so handy in the utilization of more mobility backwards.
I think what makes Extreme so scary with Sniper is that they understand better than any team that Sniper is this thing that you dangle in front of the enemy team. It's like, oh, you have to get him. Okay, come on, try it. And then they all use everything to save him. They all use everything to save him, and then enemy team reveals themselves. All of a sudden, you have XXS jumping the back line. Like, this team plays around the hero so well that most teams just ban it. They don't want to deal with it because
they know how to itemize as well. If you look at the supports, first of all, he has his Hurricane Pike, then they have double Force Staff, they have Vlads, they have Guardian Greaves, they have Cookie, plus they also have Solar Crest, they also have big drums as well to be able to run away from the fight, understanding that they can reset multiple times, and if they don't die during that like Troll ulti when they go in with the big Invoker combo, they're going to be winning the longer fight.
Yeah. Before we get into that game number 2, and before we talk too much more about what we expect there, we want to show you guys one of our finalists from our short film contest. What a fantastic
That was sad.
I feel like I felt every emotion from like, you know, hype about this battle to absolute sadness around this armadillo.
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
It was so well made though. We're gonna definitely be having some more of our short film contest finalists throughout the weekend. Make sure you guys keep tuning into this one. And of course, we wanna see which team is going to be making their final stand here. We've got Extreme Gaming up against Nigma Galaxy, with Extreme Gaming leading in a 1-game advantage. Both teams taking back to the stage after having us talk, whether it's on the side of Extreme Gaming, how to keep ahead of the curve here, whether they're going to be picking up even more heroes, if they can try and get their hands back onto that sniper. Nigma Galaxy, is there an answer, or is there a straight up ban against it?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it worth leaving it in and trying to counter it? Like they didn't have Blink Dagger on Troll. You know, like there are better answers than, you know, Underlord, Clockwork.
I mean, I think it only happened because of the picks though, because the sniper was picked because you open a draft with Invoker. So I think if you don't open the draft with Invoker, you're probably not going to have to worry about sniper.
Oh, be careful. Be careful. You're talking to XG here, dude. These guys will just whip it out.
You're not. I don't think you're going to pick sniper before you see your lane matchup.
Oh, for sure.
So if you're not opening your draft with your mid hero, I think the sniper could be banned later if you think it's necessary. But I feel like the ban initially is not what I would do. I would just try to maybe restructure my order, my sequence. I'll pick my mid hero later, and if I really need to ban it, then I will ban it.
I agree with that. The thing is, though, they value mid lane dominator builders for Sumail right now. This looks to be what NGX thinks is like the strong thing in the patch. And I feel like Sniper's probably good against all of those. Like he'd probably beat Muerta as well, right?
In the last 5 games that they did play, they did pick Sumail's hero 4 out of 5 times.
Yeah, but the thing with the Muerta is, it's different because Muerta is a flex pick. So when you pick the Muerta, you don't really feel like, oh, it's really going to be mid, and you're going to pick your sniper right away.
Yeah, but they also opened up with the double Nature's Prophet, which is also a flex pick. So they might need to, you know, maybe open up with an offlaner or just the straight up position 5/4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also goes back to those bans, right? For Extreme Gaming, it was very targeted against Nigma Galaxy. They went for like the Marcy, the Muerta, the Bane. So whilst it wasn't necessarily targeting what Sumail likes to play, it is taking out all these things that I think have been the good openers, the strong foundations on the side of NGX.
Yeah, the foundation is going to be very, very crucial here. Who's going to be on which picks, you know, which side. You're going to definitely have to plan everything around that. And I do feel like maybe it's more beneficial for Nigma to be on the second pick. Normally, I would say it's easier to be on the first pick side, because now the more I think of it, because both teams are very, very focused on getting their mid matchup. So being on the second pick side means that you can decide based on what they are opening, and then maybe you can 9-pick Sumail's hero without fearing that, oh, there's this sniper. Because I don't think they are going to open number 8 with sniper. No. So they're going to pick something else, and then if you think Invoker's open, it's a good game for it, then you pick the Invoker at 9, and then you ban the sniper in the second phase right away. So I think in this sequence, second pick is probably easier for Nigma to plan around.
And if XG has last pick, you're just not letting sniper in the last ban phase through. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so it feels like there's a couple of solutions there. We'll see exactly what they've been able to bring up for themselves, because it brings me great joy to say we've got a game number 2.
Extreme Gaming versus Nigma Galaxy. Game 2.
Our lower bracket run for Nigma Galaxy could end short here. They've got to bring everything they possibly can to the tables. Extreme Gaming, they've been waiting for this moment to bring out those gotcha picks, get that sniper on these hands, and now looking towards the bans. It's not changing up too much in what we saw for that game number 1.
Shadow Demon is also out now, but this also allows Nigma Galaxy to potentially take the Bane for themselves on the first pick if they want to, because I think they've been playing very good, but also banning Mars, which means that Beastmaster's not going to be in the pool, and this hero has looked amazing. He is undefeated at the TI main stage. We did have the stats for it, I believe 5 out of 5 games. It allows you to be played from 2 different roles, and it gives you so much tempo.
Yeah, I think if Earthshaker looks like it's going mid, even just in general, like Queen of Pain would be really good to come out here. I think Noob plays an excellent Beastmaster. I know it's been played a lot more mid, and Sumail can play it. He was one of the first people actually to start experimenting with Beast mid. The Shaker, like we have seen the counter to it, and it is dominating it in lane.
the Earthshaker not having a very good win rate on this main stage. A lot of teams have come up with ways to bully him out of lane, but also be very proactive on the sports of either blocking the Ancients being stacked or just taking another core with them to try and steal it.
I think the main idea here to exploit this hero is he's after all a melee hero in lane, right? So you have to be able to pick a good matchup to pressure him. So I assume with the next ban, they are definitely going to more or less remove the Quap because the Muerta is already banned. So those are the two main heroes that are going to pressure the ES in the lane. I'm not sure if there's a third one.
Both of those heroes also follow the Earthshaker because, of course, both teams are aware that this can go position 4, position 3, or position 2.
You know what?
Pick Quap, you can go to any of these lanes.
If Quap is banned, could they just use Sniper for themselves to pressure the Earthshaker in the lane?
I like it.
Because you think about it, right? He's going to go Ancients and Sniper is going to take your tower. I think that's like a fair trade, you know? Like, I feel like that would actually make it difficult for the Earthshaker to play the game.
What about a Helm Dom Sniper mid in Superman? Are we going to see
I think we're overcooking it here.
You think we're overcooking? We'll see. We'll see if we're overcooking.
I'm going to listen to Lacoste on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be a bit too much.
I'll listen to Kuro. I'll see what Kuro picks.
All right, we'll be
Nigma
interested.
Galaxy, they did ban out the Bristleback, which did give yesterday Extreme Gaming a lot of speed. This is also Battle Fury Bristleback, which is pretty uncommon.
It's a good matchup into
it
the
is.
Beast.
It is. And also the other good matchup is definitely Gyrocopter, something that Beastmaster doesn't like to play, having that flak, making sure that you can pressure him in the lane as well.
Yeah, I was looking at the past for Extreme Gaming. It's mostly been in that off lane for this Earthshaker. So you guys are right. You kind of want to hold off a little bit about exactly how you want to open up. If you want to put all your stocks into the fact that it is going to be going a mid Earthshaker, some more bans, Gyro coming out there, Bane too. It leaves Extreme Gaming going for the Warlock.
I like it. I mean, this is a Beast lane counter. You Fatal Bonds the wave, and that will hit the board. That'll hit Beast. So if it's played in the off lane, which I feel like it probably is here for NGX, Warlock will do well against us. It's also very hard to like initiate a fight against Warlock ulti plus Fatal Bonds.
You roll someone, the rock's going to come on top of you and then get hit by some 2-3 man Fatal Bond and fight instantly turns on you.
Okay, so they're doubling down on NGX and saying, well, you want to fight us? Okay, we're going to pick another S-tier team fighter.
Circles on circles, you know?
Yes, yeah, classic Dota. Classic TI, or circles.
This is a really, really good pick here. It counters both Earthshaker and Warlock.
I mean,
Warlock does not lag at all against
this has to be Snapfire from Xin again. It's just too good to pass on. You're playing against Beastmaster, easy cookie against Aurora. You have a follow-up from Warlock, a Fissure. So you can choose how you want to be taking the fights, prolonging them. Great against Phoenix Egg, great against Clockwork and his cogs as well, so it feels really, really good. That gives you a team fight. I think the one pairing that we've seen in the previous game, Snapfire plus Mars, now you can do the same thing with the Earthshaker.
Yeah. The only issue with that is it does make the support duo a little bit weird between like Snapfire, Warlock, like who's actually running
the lane with the off-lane Earthshaker also might not be so ideal, you know. So if they are going for a Snapfire, maybe I would lean more towards the Shaker being like a mid hero.
I think they could, I mean, they could also go like Snap Puck, something that's like really, really active on the mid lane that solves the issue with the supports running around and doing stuff together.
Yeah, and the Puck also definitely exploits, right, the fact that you have a Phoenix Clockwork support duo. They don't really have the best lockdown against the Puck here. So there you go, the Puck for Snapfire. And this is just going to mean that this game is going to be all about the team fight again.
Punishable by the Sniper. Again, I mean...
Yeah, Sniper.
I think they have a couple of good options. The Sniper definitely. Not sure if Sumail wants to bang it out. I think Void Spirit could be really good, very elusive.
Yeah, but if you do... Okay, actually maybe
Either that, if it was the different teams that did have these drafts, I would say that XXS would probably pick up Slardar against this matchup. It's very good, like the two supports, you can easily three-shot these two supports. They don't have much armor.
Oh, Ghost Medusa.
Right away.
Yesterday they did pick it 2 times on 18.
Okay.
It did work out really well for them.
It's fair, yeah. I mean, they have this, you know, pick where they get the 2 bans, so they want to pick the higher priority thing. This means, I think they agree with us that there are like 3 or more options that are good for mid lane to pick against.
Yeah, so yesterday they banned Anti-Mage and Darkseer, right, when they picked the Medusa here. So that's going to leave what other carries against Medusa.
Yeah, they also did Animage and Juggernaut in the second game when they picked up the Medusa.
Oh, Almay Jug. I mean, if he can find any excuse to play it, he will. It kills the egg as well, and it's good against Beast and lane. We actually saw Warlock Jug lane as well.
Okay, so you think it's not out of the realm of the question for us to get to see an Arme Jug on the main stage?
I definitely think.
I think Ursa could also be decent here, like Ursa with the lane with the Warlock against the Beast. You can also kill the egg. I think those are decent options here. They have a couple of very good heroes here to pick here for XG side. It's all about like thinking what are your priorities. Like, do you want more of a better lane or do you want more of a better late game against this Medusa?
I have a wacky one to throw out there for Sumail. Ricky Maru counters the puck in lane. You can't cookie when Ricky gets the Aghanim Shard. Good at killing the supports.
Game and Gladiators did try that against Team Liquid, game number 1 in the Grand Finals last year, and it looked really good for the first 15 minutes, and then they just crumbled. It's good. A lot of these that we are mentioning can work out, but...
Is it where the Ricky could potentially fall off, the Beast comes online, and then you're going to have your Medusa online? Is there enough power spikes throughout
the thing is,
the rest?
the Ricky with the Beast and the Medusa doesn't feel like they have the best synergy. It's very good against their opponent's heroes, but it doesn't really work with their own lineup, which I feel like that's going to be my primary concern with the Ricky.
Yeah, NGX definitely does need some sort of spirit type hero that's running around and doing things with the supports right now. Or they, once again, can all in and go for sniper and just say, okay, we're going to dominate you in lanes, go late game, and then win the game that way. Which they have done. I mean, they did the Medusa-Muerta duo. This is not a super common, scaling cores in your 2 and 1.
But I just feel like more likely you're going to see like something like a Void Spirit. Void Spirit just with the Axe is going to counter basically the entire lineup.
Yeah.
The current 4 heroes.
Yeah. That is definitely the best
on
spirit.
Nigma Galaxy. I think Troll could also be a good pickup. You did mention Ursa. All of these heroes are very good. Like, Ursa is not as strong of a laner. Warlock fixes that easily, because you need that extra bit of a healing coming out in the first couple of levels. But also Troll, I think this is the hero that can build into either MKB. He's fine with that. He can also build into a slightly later Disperser after he gets a couple of good items. So he can kill the egg. He lanes against the Beastmaster, doesn't care too much about his war.
Another option, I know that Beast is traditionally considered quite good against it in lane, but Void has been getting, like Faceless Void has been getting banned a decent amount. And I wonder, like with the Helm Dom build...
That is probably like the greediest option, right?
It's just that they have a lot of stuff to throw into the Chronosphere right now, and it's traditionally considered a decent counter to Medusa, and the supports on the side of NGX don't do anything to a Faceless Void. How do you kill a Void here? Yeah, you have to roar. And I don't think XG has had many options to get it as their last pick. It's almost always banned in this phase.
Well, that would make sense why Nigma Galaxy are taking a little bit of extra time here. It feels like there are so many potential options, and they've got to go straight to this ban, into that pick here, revealing everything before Extreme Gaming get that.
Yeah, because the ban also is really dependent on what they want to pick, right? So what if the last pick, they have already countered certain things, so it means that they don't have to ban that hero right here, so that's why they're taking quite some time here to decide what they want. So they banned the Jug in the land.
The dream is gone. It's over. Now they have even less time for this. I thought that using so much reserve time, they would have been a little bit more confident in what they wanted that last pick to be.
I mean, it's still good to use all your time, just make sure that you cover everything, you make sure you don't miss anything.
There's a lot of options. I mean, we've mentioned pretty much everything.
Yeah, Void Spirit, I think Ember Spirit can also work if he builds into Mage Slayer against...
Wow, that is a fancy one.
Okay, I was not expecting SF, to be honest.
And they know immediately what they want to pick.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this Shadow Fiend might be a little bit too risky here. Like, it means that their lineup is going to be very reliant on the Beastmaster, and I think that with the Ursa being picked up, if Beast does not have a good lane, I feel like the momentum for Nigma is going to be really hard to play. They won't have much to go around, and Extreme Gaming, as long as they get to their team fights, their lineup is just going to destroy you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the argument is Clockwork makes up for a lot of what SF lacks in terms of like being a spirit. SF does a lot of damage. He can't really kill heroes on his own until he gets some items. But Clockwork, he will keep people in a circle for you to deal, hit your raises, hit the ulti.
Yeah, maybe the other reason why they went for the Shadow Fiend is they're looking at the Warlock plus Snapfire duo, right? So they are feeling like, wait, they can't really gank the mid lane.
Yeah,
they can't really kill the mid hero, right? Because when you're playing SF, you don't want to run into some Taz, some Spirit Breaker ganking you early, and they don't have those heroes, So maybe they feel like they could get away with this greedy SF pick.
Now that you say that, I think that's absolutely it. Sumail has had like some of the best solo lanes mid. If he can just get a 1v1, I think he's really confident. Like, yeah, guys, I'll get to the point that I'll have the items and I'll be able to carry the fights.
Sure, hoping for less resources offered from the side lanes, make them a little bit stronger at cost. Is that then going to be profitable for Nigma Galaxy? A potential for that game 3?
I think they want a slower game. I don't think they want to rush things. They're having Shadow Fiend and Medusa. You have Phoenix. Beastmaster needs a little bit more time to come online. So again, same as yesterday when they were playing against Tidebound, I think Omar will need to do a lot of work, and he did a lot of work yesterday.
I definitely hear a lot of people cheering for Extreme Gaming, so I feel like we should quickly talk about their draft as well and what we see, how that's playing out.
Very well-rounded, incredible team fighters, tons of damage. I think if they can get to the late game, Ursa can full to 0 pretty much all of these heroes, maybe barring Medusa.
Yeah, I think the main issue for them is the SF. If they can deal with the SF, they are going to be having a good time.
Yeah.
All right, all that cheering was because the coach of Extreme Gaming was coming out of that booth, so we're going to head on down to the stage and get some words from him.
Absolutely, thank you so much. An incredible series so far, am I right, everybody? Oh, yes. This is one of the loudest crowds I've heard in a while, so for both teams, actually. But let's get to the questions, my friend. So, a lot of confidence coming into the series. 2 heroes that we have not seen picked up yet at this event, and this draft as well. Full team fight, full let's run at him, in my opinion. Where did this confidence come from after the performances that we've been seeing yesterday?
今天打这场比赛超自信，选了2个从未上场的英雄。我们想知道一下这个自信从哪里来？
专门为Nigma准备的。
We prepared it especially for Nigma.
Oh, okay, okay. So any surprises then? I mean, the Medusa, a bit of a surprising pick in my opinion. Were you ready for that?
对面选了美杜莎，对主持人来说有一点点小惊喜，对你来说呢？
预料到他们不是选美杜莎就选德鲁伊吧。
With them, if it's not Medusa, then it's Lone Druid.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right. Well, I did want to give you an opportunity. As I said, an incredibly loud crowd, especially over here from the fans of your team. I want to give you an opportunity to say something to them cheering you on.
现场那么多粉丝在支持，为你们呐喊，想有个机会让你们就是跟粉丝说一些。
谢谢大家支持，我们会冲上去的。
Thanks everyone for your support. We will go all the way up.
All right, well, let's see if they can do it again in this game as we get it to game number 2.
And as we get into the action, first blood, it's going to be going the way of Sumail as he's ready to step up to the mid this game on his Shadow Fiend, of course, coming through as that final pick from Nigma Galaxy this game, Fault.
And it feels like he does have to do quite a bit, right? Especially with Omar making that quick early little swing around, finding XXS. They've got their early game prepared. Look at the double word block as well, looking to get themselves to an advantage at the start here, giving Sumail a good time versus XM in particular. So let's see how he's going to be able to do with a pretty much free bottle right at the start of things. So Sumail is going to be going toe-to-toe with XM here. Let's see how these side lanes go, because it does feel like XG is very prepared for them, having this Earthshaker, having this Snapfire, which we've seen them do very well with in the past, and having this Ursa snap-picked, no hesitation whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, they were ready for that. They did not care what was coming out from that last pick in the mid from Nigma Galaxy. They were absolutely ready to get our mate back on the bear. Jingchu
finds the kill.
Indeed, able to catch out GH there on that top lane, so settling the score for now. And just sort of overall, what do both of these drafts sort of tell you about what these two teams want to accomplish here in this game too?
For XG, feels like similar to last time, just team fight, team fight, team fight, right? They have so much that's going to be coming together. For Nigma, a little bit more of a slowdown, but pick and choose your battles around that egg in particular, and if Omar can find the catches. But I do have worries, I gotta be honest, just because their only real team fight early is gonna be coming from the Phoenix, and there's a Snapfire. So that egg is going to be addressed in almost every single situation, and looking back to what happened in that last game, control became a bit of a problem too. And again, the stuns are lacking for the side of Team Nigma.
I mean, that
XG has a lot of stuns, and Nigma does not have that many.
Yeah, I mean, so when you look at the lineups, would you sort of see this being another game where there will be that period early to mid where the 5-on-5s,
Omar,
they're just going to have more to press on XG and Arme. Able to chase down the clock, finish off the kill for himself.
Yeah, I would say, look, ease of execution, as we like to talk about it, definitely feels like it's there for XGs. If they just get out of lanes, even or ahead, they're just going to have those natural ultis coming in that do a ton of damage, as we've seen with the Shaker, with even the Snapfire from the support. And yeah, we have to mention it too, right? XM, Sumail is looking to dominate the lane, because if you look at the game overall for the puck, as we said, there's like no stuns. It's clockwork, hook shot, and a roar, in particular, to try to lock down XM.
It's going to be super difficult to catch him. Yeah. And we saw how well of a performance XM had last game on the sniper. And his puck, also one, as you can see from that Dota Plus level, one that he is incredibly proficient on. So yeah, if you give him sort of the setup to have an easy puck lane, he is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with.
And let's see how this bottom lane goes, because like you said, they snap pick the Ursa. With this Warlock, they know it's going to have a free lane completely, and it's versus double melee. So Ame is set up for absolute success, and Noob, he's going to have to just rely on stacks completely. I see he's already sending the boar. He's got a triple stack hard camp already prepared for himself, but he's got 6 last hits. He's getting next to nothing down here in terms of CS.
Yeah, very good control there from XG so far. And overall, do you sort of see why they were as confident as they were with picking up this Ursa? Do you sort of like how this hero matches up against a Medusa lineup in time, in terms of sort of timings and strong points?
Yeah, no, for sure. It gives you Roche, it gives you Tormentor, it gives you itemization that you can do later on if you want to get a Disperser or anything, but also just straight hard damage, right? The longer that fight goes versus Medusa, you will be able to bring him down. And yeah, so much control. That's just the big thing I'm looking at. An unbelievable amount of stuns for them to stick on targets.
See on the mid lane so far is going here between Sumail and XM. 27-5 on the SF against the 20-1 on XM. I mean, how does this sort of play out as they level up? Is Sumail going to be able to maintain a good lead with denies, or as a puck, are you normally able to set up the wave so you can nuke it every time?
He can still get a fair bit, but Sumail having this, level 1 bottle, getting that first blood, definitely will have him a bit of an advantage. The problem is, I've seen so many games for Nigma, when they have Sumail with an advantage, Omar can swing over and get kills pretty easily with him. Omar can't do that this game.
A lot of damage coming in there.
CQ wants him, can't quite get him. The level 2 Shredder is very devastating in the laning phase. As we see there for GH, very low armor. Gets brought down incredibly low.
Especially if there's ever a situation where XXS is able to get him with a right click from the enchant totem.
Oh yeah, that almost shouldn't happen though. Right?
Sure, yeah, you got to keep that distance.
In the lane, later on, of course, that's going to happen, but...
GH still very, very low. And he's just going to be able to shoot him down.
That's twice that he's been able to pretty much do this, almost on his own.
Yeah, rough couple of deaths there. GH getting caught out.
Jinx last game played it pretty flawlessly. This one too. He gets the kill, blocks the camp as well while he's retreating. So a pretty perfect play coming up from him there in this top lane.
Yeah, it's just going to continue to maintain the lane in a position where XXS is very freely able to farm and get a good amount of denies in against Ghost Farm. So far, slightly favorable early signs here from Extreme in the way that they're maintaining the lanes. It's going to be a lot of eyes on what Sumail can do from the mid on his SF.
Sumail and Omar to set that tempo in particular, to have that game for Ghost so that he can sit back and farm. Constant fissures.
Yeah, proving difficult now for really GH to have a sort of say in this top lane. Each time, Xingqiu pushing him away.
So I mentioned this last time, the way that they had their lane setups. This time of course, it's GH still playing that 5 position, but not having that matchup where they have like a ranged hero with the melee hero, the Clockwork with the Medusa, which is a pretty strong hero, versus Earthshaker too. So interesting that they decided to do this and just keep it very standard, rather than adapting in any way. As we see XM has the haste rune. Can't look to toy with Sumail a bit here.
Yeah, knows that he's at no threat at all.
Yeah, Raindrop's going to be blocking a lot of that damage. Sumail down to his last Raindrop charge. XM still has the 3. Could see a rotation at some point. Xingqiu will finally deward the sentries that were placed from the start that we mentioned from Omar, although they were about to expire. Not the same move happening from Xnova. He is a Warlock versus a Clockwork, so it's very difficult for him to get over there and actually place this sentry to block the camp. So Noob, he will have those camps to go back and farm to, or maybe he gives them to Sumail. We'll see. Maybe they are all just about buffing up Sumail as much as possible in this early game. Yeah. Since he doesn't have access on Noob, so he actually can't clear that neutral. And XM is... they cannot let this happen.
This is a huge stack.
They cannot let XM take this stack.
I mean,
I mean, if they allow this to happen, it's devastating.
Sumail's got to get over it.
He's got a haste rune though, so XM can toy with them a bit here.
He got a couple of the creeps, but Sumail should be able to maintain the rest of the stack, and indeed comes in just in time, because losing that would have been quite painful for Nigma Galaxy's early game.
Yeah, that would have been devastating. Now we do see Sumail 1,200 gold advantage over that puck at the moment here.
Now Sumail, so far, getting the stack, getting the first blood, top lane, GH dead again.
He's just getting caught off guard with the damage. Just this little shredder plus a fissure, it's just too much for him to deal with so far here.
This is going to set XXS up for a very quick link dagger timing. Even with the fact that they did block those camps, it kind of doesn't matter because of how much he's getting from the lane.
Oh, and he's going to have, this is the off-lane shaker, and he might actually have a pre-10-minute blink dagger. That is devastating.
See around this in the mid lane. Armin's ready to head over. They get the silence on of the two of them. Armin getting the swipe stacked up on a Sumail. Sumail's able to get the Requiem off. Phase shift there from XM. See if he can jump out in time with the orb. He can't. He can't escape them. They'll get bonded here, the three of them, and Armin's ready to step back in, cookie forward. Sumail will get taken out. GQ shoots down Omar. As XG bringing in the numbers there to contest this rune. Short, they lose their puck, but it's Ame, the carry, turning up and getting involved positively.
Very cool move. I feel like that reminds you of Spirit that used to do that one, right? The 8-minute, they bring the carry to the mid lane at times. Ame, knowing that he can get involved into the fray. They do lose the puck, but they shut down the SF here. One time down.
A noob in position to try and make the return to the bottom lane a bit more difficult for Ame, but he should still be able to safely make his way down here.
Ghost is getting absolute free farm up here too. That is being said though, XXS is, as you said, gonna have that blink dagger at one of the earliest off-lane timings.
Omar, maybe continuing to get in under the tower if Noob's able to get this creep wave pushed in.
Xnova has the book at the ready. He can pop 6.
We're gonna try and set things up here. Ame turns towards Omar. We'll have to hold back in the cogs for now. Nigma Galaxy stepping up the pressure.
So eyes on the Warlock. He's a little low on mana now, but he can consume the Grimoire to drop that Golem if there is an aggressive play. Push forward on the side of Nigma.
Yeah, still very difficult to push the Ursa out entirely. Smoke play now to be coming in, so they want to continue to just bring more numbers down to this bottom lane to try and take this tower off the map as early as possible and potentially find kills on top of it. But Extreme,
he's consumed it.
They're going to turn up for the defense. There's the setup. Straight away they go for Noob. They'll get the roar up, but the enrage is there. Noob continues to run, but the kisses are coming in. The final hit connects. Noob's gone. Xingqiu landing the shots perfectly to bring down the Beastmaster.
I mean, Xingqiu also kills the Dominator. He also cookie saves Xnova. What more can this man do?
He's doing so much in this early game on the Snap. 4-0-2 already.
Insane.
A flawless opening here from him on the Snapfire.
And I think perhaps Nigma was maybe saying, hey, Warlock's not quite 6 yet. Maybe we can make a little aggressive move. He eats that Grimoire, has the Golem, drops it, and as you said, the last kiss touches on top of the Beastmaster.
It lands every single one of them there, Xingqiu.
In the meanwhile, Echo was used on those neutrals. XXS, Blink is done. Also 900 gold up on him. Top of the net worth for this Shaker. Oh, nice touch there, GH.
Easy 100 gold.
Yep. Very nice.
Has got the 6 now, so Supernova to rely on, but as you mentioned, it's not an easy game to get that egg off successfully.
No, Xingqiu, especially with the start he's having, right? He's going to have good positioning in most of those fights to go for that egg. Mid tower, getting whittled down.
I mean, they're trying to hold it, but it's a lot of damage already being done here by Extreme.
Kisses in 40. XM, he knows he can push the limits because he's playing versus no stuns. And GQ will claim that tower last hit. This is a very rich Snapfire.
At the same time, the pressure will continue from Nigma Galaxy on the bottom lane. They will take the tower there.
Sumail has to make that trade. Since he did end up, he can't go back to that mid lane because very likely could get set up on. Does go bottom, gets the tower at the least here.
We'll see where XM wants to go next. Starting to shift his attention up towards the top.
Kisses in 20. Ghost does show himself. He has a big wand, so it does feel safe to show himself up there.
Should be ready with numerous TPs though, Nigma Galaxy, if they do want to try and turn up and defend if the dive comes in.
Omar needs that 6 very badly for the team. He needs that hook shot available for them to have an initiating force at the moment, because for them to actually walk into fights at the moment, very difficult. They literally would just have to walk into them, while XG, as we see now, have 3 different ways to start fights, especially with that Blink Dagger being done.
Both carries, though, continue to be in pretty perfect form, right, for the opening of this game. Ghost and Ame getting the entrance into the action.
Oh, nicely done there from Omar.
As they would hope for in terms of the timings. We've got the Battle Fury pretty much done here on Ame. So 12-minute Battle Fury for the Bear, and as you can see on Ghost Net Worth, he's in a perfectly fine position as well at the moment, a few hundred gold ahead of that of the Bear. So both carries should be pretty happy.
Both having a dream, essentially. And they look for a setup. It looks like they're making a move bottom. It's right on Noob.
They get the setup, and Xingqiu straight away ready to bring in the damage.
They just drop the Echo as well. No hesitation. He wants that extra money. Xingqiu gets the last hit again. Mega kill for the Snapfire.
I mean, the way this top lane has gone, you know, sure, we talk about the fact that Ghost has still managed to find the farm out of this lane, but the amount that the duo of Extreme got between the two of them, it is set up for XXS and Xingqiu to just really get the ball rolling between the two of them.
The supports are very rich on the side of XG. And Xingqiu, we saw what he was able to do that last game with early timings, early shard plays. So far, having a very flawless performance. The support's definitely struggling on the side of Nigma.
XM still falling behind a little bit from the mid lane.
Absolutely.
Despite also just, being able to take out that tower rather early on in the mid. Hasn't quite found as many opportunities as he would hope for himself to get involved with the Dream Coil. Whereas on the other side, Sumail on the SF, that step ahead and ready to look for opportunities himself as they're coming in with the smoke again.
They want to try to set up perhaps for a tower push here, but it is into a lot of ultis. Kisses are still cooldown 50, same thing for Echo, but the Golem and the Coil is at the ready.
Here's the smoke. Goes to Noabar in position. XXS is going to step up, but easily able to back off as soon as he's aware of what's going on. They turn towards Ame instead. They'll get the enrage off. Starts to stand his ground against Omar. In fact, they're just able to kill Omar off. So Nigma Galaxy seeing if they could sort of trip Extreme up, but Extreme were pretty ready for them to turn up in that position.
They got the tower at the least, right? So showing up for that, but do end up losing Omar again here after that first hookshot reveal. Ame will take that. Almost a Blink Dagger finished. Starting to get these scary tools versus something like that Shadow Fiend, who is very vulnerable to heroes jumping him. Double Blink's gonna be finished. Double Blinks and a puck who could just appear on top of you very early.
So they're just gonna drop the Golem here onto Ghost. TP's immediately coming in from Nigma Galaxy though, so the Golem won't be able to do much offensively.
A bit wasted, but they're looking to go back in. Ghost.
They're still going with the kisses. Ame's closing in. They'll force out the Stone Gaze, but the damage for these kisses from Xingqiu bringing Ghost so low. They'll fuel him up. They're going to have to suffer XM. He's there ready and waiting for them. Shots off the escape. Comes in with the coil. Oh, they were so ready for that.
He doesn't get the wand off. Ghost got stunned.
Now GH will see XM look to chase him down as well. He's not going to go completely in for the dive play. He's already got what he came for there. I mean, that was just so smooth from Extreme.
They had no idea he was coming from that angle.
Really starting to build up the early lead now. Extreme 11-2, 4K lead, taking out these towers.
And that blink is done now for the Ursa. Sumail's game just feels so difficult, Owen. Unless he can do some type of crazy position plays, but versus double blinks and a puck does feel incredibly complicated.
Especially with these timings Ame's hitting, because once that bash is online, right, it's going to be so difficult for Sumail to turn up and get the combo off.
I mean, even if he does, right, he can always get the enrage, right? Like, you can never, it's very difficult to ever Requiem an Ursa, Requiem at the puck, perhaps on the Shaker in some situations, but there's stuns, right? It does feel very hard in this early game for Nigma with the way that XG has prepared, with the way these lanes went down in particular, too, as we keep saying, the supports, almost level 10 on the two of them. A slow start for the side of Nigma.
Ready to go again. Echo slams at the ready. Kisses still going to be off for 30 seconds, but with just sort of the jump burst alone between the two of them, most of the heroes on Nigma Galaxy will suffer.
Omar, Ame does find him.
If they find Sumail, it's going to be quite a huge one.
He's just a free kill on top of him, it feels like.
They've got enough control and burst. Here comes the silence from XM. Nothing to be done there by Sumail.
Uh-oh. This is looking really tough for the Shadow Fiend. They wanted him to get a snowball going, but he's now bottom of the cores after that death.
Noob. He's going to start running down in this direction. I feel like he's got to be careful. XG's still got a lot around. He's going to open up with the Raw onto XXS. See if he can make this play happen, but the kisses are up. XXS will die, but it's going to cost Noob his life.
They get a trade. Xingqiu claims another.
With these sort of kill involvements that he's going to have, he's level 11. He's very soon having this level 2 kisses. And he's doing already so much with level 1.
He's got Pavis, I believe, finished up too to block out the damage from that Medusa, from the, I mean, mostly from the Medusa. I think they're starting to just realize that it's going to be the Medusa versus the world very quickly in this game.
Straight into the pit here.
Addressing everything else.
is there a chance they go for a steal? They do have kind of hook shot and stone gaze at the ready. They could try for a risky sort of move here.
It is under vision though. Look at the ward they placed down. X-Nova, he sees them smoke.
They've got Supernova ready at the waiting as well, so they have got the tools.
Can Omar get the angle?
They've got to try for this Nigma Galaxy, but are they going to be able to do it in time? It's the hook shot they're in. Can they get the steal if they can't? Gets the kill, gets the Aegis. As Nigma Galaxy have to run, but a Fisher from XXS will stop Omar having any chances of retreat. They tried and they were so close to getting the timing, but Ame stands strong and claims the Aegis.
It's one of the cleanest early games I've seen from XG. Just pretty much no mistakes coming out from any of them. Quick moves, super early Roshan, pre-Tormentor as well. And Ame, as you said, that Basher, it's pretty much
so
done.
early.
Dusa, SF, like these heroes, if you can get on top of them early, very difficult, but if you have Bash as well, they can't even turn and stand their ground. Ghost starting to also fall behind, a 2K difference almost between him and Ame now. Sumail just yet to be able to get really involved. He, of course, has that one kill from earlier, but besides that, just difficult for him. So much magic damage. He's going for the blink next. It feels like he has to go all in, but maybe he does have to change the build a little also. We'll have to see what he wants to do.
And it really is just, as you mentioned earlier, so much pressure on either Noob or Omar to find some sort of hook shot or raw setup. Because without that,
there's just no stun.
You can't make the plays. You can't have a chance at trying to take down a puck. Another freebie.
It's a beatdown so far. Hook shot trying to catch somebody here, but off the mark. 60 seconds cooldown.
How on earth do you catch this puck?
I mean, he has Blink Dagger now. Max phase shift. He almost has to make a mistake for you to get any type of catch. And Noob, he will lose the Overlord. Jinq will claim that 250 gold. That's the Solar Crest done as well. Shard plus Solar Crest done. 706 on the Snapfire. Trying to play around Noob with his Overlord timing, but they just, I mean, as soon as the creep showed, they killed it. So first one is gone. 30 seconds, that Tormentor play. XG already starting to prepare themselves for it. And for Nigma, they cannot fight there. Right? The egg is going to get addressed. Sumail very likely to just get exploded from all the spell combos that they have, the crazy team fight. So might just have to give this one up and hope that Ghost can just farm as much as possible out of it.
It's going to become one of those games, right, where it's
just
for
pray
Nigma
that
Galaxy,
Ghost can do it.
indeed, just hope that the Dusa can carry them. And of course, it has been able to many times before.
Hook
They
shot.
get the hook shot.
They get
into
the roar.
That's the 2 bits of lockdown and the Centaur and the Cogs. They
There we
do
go.
it. It takes it all in terms of lockdown, but they get the job done.
High execution kill. They find XM. XM will be rewarded with a shard for his death.
Ame ready to continue to push on. 2 minutes on the Aegis. Not a lot that he fears right now.
At least Nigma's able to find something there. Sumail also has the Blink Dagger done with the Arcane Rune. Oh, look at the items that come in, though. This is the issue, right? Because they're having such good times on the offlane or two, XXS now has a BKB. So if he does try to go for that setup with a Requiem, it might just get countered.
Noob might be in trouble here.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, straight away.
Very dead.
As soon as they see him.
Another one for Jinq. He even gets the Overlord creep. He's just getting so much money.
Nah, he is having a ridiculously good time on the Snapfire. This is crazy numbers already.
I mean, best Snapfire first pre-20
806.
I think ever that I've seen.
And yeah, going for the blink. I mean, once that's there, it's pretty much going to be impossible that you ever get the egg off.
Yeah.
He's always going to be able to blink in, little shredder in from a safe spot.
And potentially just the saves too, like Blink, Cookie, and Ally. But yeah, absolutely, just positioning being crucial there. Omar, Sumail, they're looking for the wraparound. Trying to catch them off guard here.
They get the Omni to X over, but it's kind of awkward. And in fact, he's going to get the chance to live. He's away now. They get the jump in onto Sumail. The bash got through. They have the Invis to protect him for now, but the Dream Coil Snap holds him in position. Sumail will be able to get away, but GH is dead. Nigma Galaxy have to retreat.
They can't even kill the Warlock with their combo.
Name diving in under the tower, on towards Ghost. That's the carry dead.
A true disaster for Nigma. XG, a masterclass. Literally 0 mistakes, it feel like.
And tier 2.
And a tier 2 probably to fall here
starting
too.
to fall indeed. I mean, getting so much done with this Aegis on Arme. Nigma Galaxy, they tried their chances there.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out. They couldn't lock down and kill this Warlock.
And even if they do, very likely they all just die immediately afterwards too. So an attempt there from Nigma, but quickly answered from XG. BKB is about to be done after all the rest of his pickups that he already has.
He is massive on this Ursa.
I mean, Sumail's game just feels actually impossible.
Coming on towards the top lane, Sumail and Noob, they got to get out of here.
Power Ranger TP is coming forward, immediately killing that Overlord. The kisses to Scout.
And they're going to be able to find him. The Fisher comes in. You can't escape Xinkyu. He's always ready to spot you out and just do the damage. It's like, what do you do against this Snapfire?
Don't give him it. This is actually insane what he's able to do so far this game. Nigma can literally get nothing going their way, it feels like, right? Even when they got like one of the kills, it wasn't a free kill by any means. The trade ended up happening on bottom. I believe that was the last one that they were able to find. The moves from XG just too fast, and yeah, the BKB done for the Ursa. Sumail hasn't been able to find this Requiem combo, and he may not be able to at all in this game with the items that they've been able to pick up already. XG.
They've got to be careful down in Nigma Galaxy. XG are coming in from multiple angles.
XXS, he's got the BKB.
They're going to try and burst him. They get him with a hook shot, but BKB's there, straight into the Echo Fishers. He locks down the two of them. XM ready to come over as well as the Dream Coil's there, catching out Sumail on the retreat. As Sumail nowhere to run once again. XG take him down. Arme deals with GH off to the side.
It's level 1 hook shot, super low duration, right? I mean, sure, it only goes up 0.2, but even 0.2 makes a difference in these type of situations. Doesn't get the Requiem before that BKB. And these items, they got them too fast, Owen. The fact that the Shaker was able to get it this early.
I mean, just his item timings in general, right? Parasma online, 24 minutes in on XM.
And they're making it look pretty easy right now, 21-4. As you said, it's Ghost versus the world, but they have the answers for this Dusa. Even though he has Butterfly, the Parasma's done already. The Ursa can start to make the build toward that MKB if he feels like he wants to.
Oh, he can, and he's going to be well on the way, Arme. 2,500 gold ready to start spending up into that MKB.
I mean, almost 5,000 gold ahead of the Dusa. And space now starting to be pretty limited for Ghost, and he's actually under vision the whole time. They know exactly where he is.
I know, just needs to get so many items online to be able to have a chance in this one.
I don't know how many he's going to need.
A much rougher game too, and game 1 was not a fun one either for Nigma Galaxy. At the moment, down 16k gold at 25 minutes in.
I mean, all the timings that they wanted to go for, as we said, just aren't working. They aren't going to work because of the itemization that XG's gone for, but the timing that they got them to, as you said, Sumail, the Blink Yashikai is out when all the BKBs and shards and rage is available for the Ursa. Setting up top. Guess they're scouting if there is going to be anybody in the area here. XXS is going luxury build. It's actually going to be going for the Octarine next. So more and more stuns going to be coming up from this Shaker.
They find Ghost down here.
Oh,
they're going to find Omar, which is good news for Ghost, as that should give him the info to get out.
You say that, but Ame's on him.
Indeed, Ame coming in for this angle.
He gets the bash.
Ghost.
Oh,
he's going to try for the TP, but the coil's there. The Fisher, the kisses, everything coming in on towards Ghost. He can't escape.
They're just reading every single one of the moves. Even though Omar tries to catch the gank, Ame comes from a different angle and instantly through the portal again. No hesitation.
It's an incredible play so far here from Extreme.
And we hear the crowd already loving it from Ame.
They can feel it.
Noob being stalked again.
Oh.
No?
That was the Golem.
Okay, maybe they thought he was on the other side of that there. But
really despise these Hammer the Dom creeps.
Yep, whatever.
I'll get rid of it.
Yep. Next Nova is like, don't need it anyway. GH.
There we go, as you say, Octarine, 26 minutes in.
One of the fastest ones I think we've seen.
Has to be, I think, around these off-lane Shakers.
Because usually they build, Kaya in between, usually it's a mid-Shaker as well too, so.
Yeah, there we go, no surprises there. 2 minutes faster than you've seen it before.
Crazy timings. Again, now Roche back up so quickly.
They're getting everything.
MKB's done too, so.
Yep.
approaching this fight impossible.
XG, they've got many options on how they want to continue this.
Yep.
They can keep farming it up. They can try and run it down the lanes. They're that strong right now that whatever they do, for Nigma Galaxy to find something to do in response, it's just going to be so difficult.
It feels like this is one of those games where Ame is unlikely to die. 7-0 so far, set up for absolute success. 6K over the next core.
And we saw a fair few of those games earlier on the road to TI from Ame, and he's bringing them out now on the main stage.
Yeah, road to TI, he had 3 deaths total. Of course, the next day, didn't end up having 3 deaths in one game, but showing what he can do when he's been given a free game.
Yeah, just showing as well why they so quickly picked that Ursa. They knew that Ame was ready to pop off on this one.
Shellwade said it. They came very prepared, and we're absolutely seeing that. A Lincoln's now picked up for XM, so the only spell that he had to worry about, as we said, was the Roar. Now has the protection versus that.
Ooh, he's out.
We'll get a sneaky grab there.
A little bit of something there.
They need every little bit of something they can get.
Now let's see. Can Nigma Galaxy turn this one around?
I mean, Noob is just not getting much growth, Owen. It's the issue. He got the butterfly, I believe it feels like 6 minutes ago or more. He's only gotten 2,500 extra gold afterwards. Just no real space for him to farm XG. They're sweeping the map, not giving that opportunity for him to get any type of items. Sumail does have BKB, but
okay.
He'll be able to get the Requiem off, but there is...
These bashes though still right.
Yeah, he is just very likely to die.
If Ame gets in and kind of... probably needs to get the bash on the first or second hit. He'll be able to put a stop to that.
Sure, and there's a golem actually, so they probably still can interrupt that as well too, but we'll give him at least a little more protection versus the crazy amount of magic damage that's also in the draft of XG. But one of the more uphill battles, it feels like, for Nigma, as Ghost just now getting surpassed by the offlaner of XG as well.
They still just have to do their best to avoid extreme gaming completely. Try and build things together so that they can scramble together some sort of semblance of a team fight and defense on the high ground, despite this huge lead that Extreme have against them.
That feels like it has to be at the high ground. Anywhere else, I mean, even at the high ground, it feels almost impossible at this point, but that just has to be where they look to pick that fight. Ame, he's in, the banner's down.
Ready to get damage done. Still 2.5 minutes on this Aegis, so a lot of time for Extreme to amp up the pressure.
Stopping that Sunray.
Nigma Galaxy, yeah, what have they got?
It's 2 minutes still on this Aegis. The Ursa's fully buffed up.
Trying to hold on here in the competition. And at the moment, just having to watch Ame tear apart their barracks. Can they even make a move to stop this set going down?
Ooh, hook off the mark. Tried to go for the back line, and now
he's going to pay with his life, Omar.
Instant death.
And that's a BKB as well from Sumail Press to attempt to make that move work. So Ame, he can get back to business onto the racks. Full Abyssal Blade out as well. That's the fortification coming out from Nigma Galaxy.
They're catching both waves as well. XM clears top wave, Ame clears bottom wave. Momentum on all three. Backdoor will kick in, but the top wave coming in shortly. The jump.
And he's ready to dive!
Instant kill. They're truly making it look easy, Owen.
They really are. They definitely seem set to make quite a run potentially in this lower bracket XG if they keep up this level of performance.
And how do you stop? There's still a minute left on the Aegis. You have no BKB for Sumail for 40 seconds still. Ghost steps up. At any moment, it feels like XG is just ready to close this.
Yeah, they know how to push their advantage very, very well here. XG not getting slipped up at all.
Kisses.
And they get the catch in on the tree line. They look towards Noob. The Ghost Scepter will buy him enough time to back off. So he'll survive the jump this time round.
Ghost.
Another tier 3 gone. Ame moving in onto the Medusa. Ghost has to be careful. Mana's falling low.
Buildings are dropping. Ame, Aegis, 20 seconds.
Trying to slow him down here with the Fire Spirits. The Rain Tracks is gone. He
Got what they came for.
Looks like they are going to respect the fact that Nigma Galaxy are all up and the Arme's Aegis shortly about to leave his hands.
Just playing it as safe as possible. They just got a ton of money pretty much on everybody. Almost a full Aghanims on the puck. Ame, soon the Swift Blink.
How close is Ghost to sort of the next item? He's
still not close, Owen. He's not farming. He can't.
800 gold or so until he has the Skadi complete. Just even then, he really needs that Daedalus on top of it to have the chance of doing enough damage to scare or threaten any of Extreme's lineup.
And speaking of Extreme, the fake back.
Oh, they're ready to go again.
They're looking to close this game out.
Samael might just be caught here. Stepping up straight away. Abyssal Blade into the damage. Samael's out for a hot minute. No buyback.
Godlike for Ame.
It's Extreme. Claim the final, well, sorry, the second setback. They've still got the bottom lane to deal with, but they're ready to sweep around and go for that straight away.
Just clinical.
And no need to head back right now as Extreme coming up to 30k gold lead, coming up to 1,000 gold a minute in this game. One of the bigger and earlier advantages that we've seen grow on this main stage.
At 30 minutes in particular, right? Having that
So
almost
early.
1k per lead is crazy. Ame.
GH won't find him this time. The tower's gone, the final set of barracks exposed. They jump into the tree line again. XM catch the silence in on towards Omar. Not enough damage to kill him off. Ghost starting to push forward. Attempting to hold them back. We'll get them off the racks momentarily. 10 seconds until Samael's back in.
Ghost was able to at least finish his item. His damage still not quite there, but at least something to give him a bit more protection.
And Extreme continuing to play it careful. They know how close they are to moving on here. They don't want to let this slip away from them, regardless of how far ahead they are.
I mean, they can still look to just play the constrict game, right? Look at the ward coverage that they've got. They see absolutely everything. So if Nigma does want to step outside, they will know instantly. And Ame, look at this, 9,000 ahead of Ghost in that net worth. The Swift Blink is finished up. Immediately goes to the Tormentor. Maximum efficiency coming out from XG.
And all Nigma Galaxy can do is sort of wait.
He did step outside. They are very well aware that he's done this, so he will have to get back soon. Ame rejoins XG.
Oh, this smoke could be the killing blow.
Ready for the move. XM has the Aghanims.
Is there any way Nigma Galaxy can outplay?
Oh, they're sneaking in. Kisses.
See Noob. Ame tries to make the jump on a GH. He'll get the dive off, so they'll avoid the initial jump from XG.
Final racks.
TP coming in here from Noob.
XXS. He's got A on disc at the ready.
Just say you're ready to put that together if necessary. The call comes in, they make the jump, that's GH gone. And Ame, he's in onto Ghost. The slam comes through, the hook shot's attempted, but Ghost, he's gone. Samael, he'll go for the Requiem, but the bash comes in. He's dead. Noob will get the roar up, but he's the last one left alive on Nigma Galaxy as XG deal with him as well. It's game over. Extreme knock Nigma Galaxy out of the International, and in incredible fashion as well in this game too. A complete just mismatch of skill and performance in this one, folks. This was one of the biggest stomps we've seen here on the main stage.
A total beatdown. I mean, everybody, right? Everyone on XG did so well. Their draft as well. Xiao Wei coming in, mastermind. I mean, Xingqiu, it's hard to give the MVP to anybody, right? But this Snapfire performance, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just covering all their bases and not letting Nigma get any of their timings they wanted. I think that's pretty much what happened, right? Sumail, he gets the early first blood, gets his bottles, having a pretty good lane, but can't actually get anything off of the floor afterwards. Just, clinical performance from XG.
Yeah, as I said, Extreme's going to be terrifying in this lower bracket for whoever ends up facing them in their upcoming series. And yeah, this game too, we heard it, as you said from Xiao at the start, right? They were prepared for Nigma Galaxy. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, what they wanted to draft against them, and how they wanted to play. And we really saw them bring that out to a T. It was perfect in this game too.
So much stun, so much control. They make it look kind of easy, right? When they have these type of stuns, just so that Ame can just kill anybody he wants. Unbelievable performance from Extreme Gaming.
Yeah, a tough, rough series here today for Nigma Galaxy. They did well to get it this far, but they won't be making any further steps here at the Internationals. Extreme Gaming take the series 2-0 and are ready to move on.
I'm here with XXS from Extreme Gaming, and my first question is, how fun is it to play Earthshaker in front of a TI crowd?
首先，恭喜获得本场比赛的胜利。我们想问一下，在主舞台上，在 TI 的观众面前玩旱地者小牛有多爽？
我觉得现场的氛围太好了。当牛头选出来的时候，大家都很兴奋。我很喜欢这种氛围。
I think the atmosphere in the stadium is awesome. I love the atmosphere when we picked Earthshaker. Everyone's clapping. I love it.
Brilliant. I mean, you guys came so well prepared for this series. Why did this aggression just work so well versus specifically Nigma Galaxy?
能看出来本场比赛之前做了很足的功课。你觉得这种非常暴力的打法，为什么针对 Nigma 特别有效呢？
我觉得我们只是拿到自己比较擅长的阵容，发挥的比较好，所以赢了他们，就这样。
I think it's more of us picking our comfort heroes and making our strategies work. It's more of that.
Worked extremely well for you guys. And I want to ask as well, what did you learn yesterday from your series versus P-Vision that you're able to take into this one and just take it so dominantly?
我们还是想问一下，从昨天的比赛，在 P-Vision 上面有没有学到任何东西带入了这场比赛当中呢？
昨天我觉得 PV 的带线，然后把我们搞得有点晕吧。然后我们今天比较注重一下带线和就是一些处理。
I think we were a bit knocked off by P-Vision's lane pushing yesterday. So today we learned from that and we took care of it.
Excellent stuff. XXS, you played so well in this series. Hamburg, China, they may be down, but they are not out as they stay in the international. Make some noise for XXS and Extreme Gaming!
The arena having a lot of fun seeing Extreme Gaming continue here in the lower bracket. A lot of chanting, and I mean in that interview there we heard about it. It wasn't so much what they prepared for NGX, but very much having those comfort heroes look coast. And I mean the sniper coming out, can you get any more comfort than that? And then in that game number 2 as well, we saw them just feel flawless.
Yeah, Amazur's also another classic. These are the heroes that they love to play. Jinkyu on the Snapfire, on fire pretty much throughout the whole game, being paired up with either, you see this Earthshaker with Ursa, just to have +1 so that he can be grabbing the kills, and it was pretty much flawless. We said that Nigma Galaxy, they need to take it slow, and they took it slow, but you know what? Extreme Gaming, they wanted to end this one quickly.
That was a nice little tidbit about the lane pushing. Like, that was very honest from him, because I do think P-Vision, we saw it yesterday, the way that they're using the Dom creep is very oppressive. So, I mean, this was not a close series, legitimately. So whatever they learned, like, that worked out.
Yeah, Extreme Gaming getting to bounce back like that. We get to see them progress, but unfortunately, it does also mean that we have to say goodbye to Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, thanks, Nat. I am here with GH, legend of the game. That's for you, bud. I realize you've just lost this series, bitterly disappointed and to go out, but have you guys had fun at TI? You've been incredibly entertaining to watch.
It's always super fun to play in front of such an amazing crowd, to be honest. Having everyone who supports us here. So I would like to shout out all the crowd, all the supporters, all the fans. We truly love performing for you guys.
They love watching you as well. So other than that, what has been the highlight of this TI for you and the team?
I mean, for me, honestly, I'm just extremely grateful to be here in the first place. It's such an honor, such a great experience, surrounded by so many good, great players. It's just the overwhelming feeling.
The standard this year does seem very high. How far do you think XG can go? Because that was a hell of a performance from them.
I believe top 6 teams are all contenders for the top 1. So they could go all the way, they could do anything they want.
Fair enough. I'm going to get back to your team in a second, but I just want to say, can we get a huge round of applause and a cheer for GH and Nigma Galaxy for entertaining us at this wonderful TI. Thank you, GH. Back to you guys.
a pleasure to see these players come out onto the stage, to just get the arena going. There is so much energy around it. Everyone has loved supporting them. Months ago, they put in that effort. They came through the qualifiers. We saw them last week put in a lot more effort to make it to the top 8. And here, they get to be happy still with a top 6 performance. It is, nothing to be ashamed of to be knocked out by Extreme Gaming. Someone who came into this undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, in TI, like, this is where you want to see NGX perform. And I totally agree with Ted, and I think the audience feels the same. This has been one of the most fun teams to watch. They didn't just get top 6 playing, like, normal, boring stuff. They did it with style. Like, they completely reinvented the meta, and I think it caught a lot of teams off guard. And we will definitely see in the coming day teams using stuff that NGX came up with.
Yeah, I mean, that mid-Muerta was such an issue. It had to get banned out. And then we see SF coming out, right? This is a hero that isn't surprising at all to be picked up, Lacoste, but it is surprising to see how the mid lane went for him with the side of Extreme Gaming stepping it up.
Yeah, they were ready for some of these early movements. Even though he did have the first blood, things were not going his way. I think SF needs a bit of a different setup. This is a really nice move